Honestly, I never left the port in Curaçao, but I was genuinely surprised at how beautiful it actually was. So, if Curaçao is on your cruise itinerary, or if you're just traveling to the Caribbean and you want that kind of vibe, this video is for you. I try to need you, but I need some last time. I need to give it up. So for this port day, me and my ship bestie, Riri, we got off the boat and we ended up booking an excursion. Now, this excursion was the e-bike excursion, and we were able to ride first off to the mangrove park, and then we went to Mambo Beach. It was so like, it was a moment. It was a moment. And what's so nice is that one of the perks of working on ships is sometimes they'll let crew go on the excursions for free, just so that we can talk good about it to you guys. So it's kind of a good perk. It's one of my favorite ones. And fortunately, this was one of the perks that we got to use for this e-bike tour. So we got to do it for free, and now I'm just so excited I can finally tell you. The whole excursion lasted about 3 to 4 hours because we had to ride the bike first to the mangrove park, which wasn't that far from the port. And then after that, it was a 40-minute e-bike ride all the way to Mambo Beach. So that was the trek. So if you don't know how to ride a bike, I don't think this is for you, but it's an e-bike, so you don't really need to be like fit, so to speak, because it rides itself at that point. But yeah, it was a vibe. We started at Mangrove Park, so let's just get into the visuals. We're leaving the ship in Curaçao. So hey guys, we are right now in Curaçao, one of the Caribbean islands, and I'm with my girl Riri here, one of my ship besties. Let's go! And we are gonna do an e-bike excursion today. So yeah, we just signed our lives away. So we'll see. Actually did. We'll see if we survive.
You are aware that this contains any type of risk or even death. So yeah.
So who knows where we're going? But that's our ship. Carnival Vista, baby. So hopefully we see it soon.
But anyway,
let's go.
Let's go!
For our crew day off in Curaçao, we decided to try something a little different from Grand Turk, an e-bike tour around the island. After a quick safety rundown and learning how the bikes worked, we were ready to go. Of course, we had to do a fit check with our new and improved helmets required for the ride. Next thing you know, we were off. And yes, riding past the ship at the start of the tour felt very much main character energy. But anyways, first stop, the Curaçao Reef Mangrove Park. First stop, Mangrove Park, bro. So, our first stop was the Mangrove Park, one of Curaçao's protected natural areas, which honestly surprised me. Being a Florida girl myself, I know mangroves. And I had never seen a mangrove ecosystem quite like this before. And the ranger actually walked us through a map of the park explaining the history of how this area developed and why these mangroves are so important to the island. They protect the coastline, support marine life, and they've created this whole little ecosystem right here near the port. One thing that shocked me though, were that there were no mosquitoes. And like I said, being from Miami, it's hard for me to understand how this works, but I definitely was not complaining. After exploring the park, we hopped back on the bikes and continued toward the next stop. We're about to be at Mambo Beach. Our guides led us around this beach area while we were able to also branch off and explore the shops. And the area was so lively. Colorful, beautiful vibes. They had the restaurants and they had little photo shops everywhere. And of course, we had to do some window shopping for a minute. Even if the prices were kind of insane, it just felt right with the vibes. We were then led down to Chill Beach Bar and Grill, which might have been my favorite spot of the day. The whole place sits right on sand, and the vibe was exactly what you want on a Caribbean beach day. And once you walk a bit past the bar, you're right on the beach. Mambo Beach, guys. So naturally, we took a little break, enjoyed the water, and just soaked in the Curaçao sunshine for just a little bit. Witness as we creep to a low speed beat. What my foes need, make some emojis funk you don't need. Approaching women with a passion, been a long day, but I've been driven by attraction in a strong way. Your body is banging, baby, I love the way you're flowing. After that, it was time to hop back on the bikes and make our way back toward the port, stopping by some of the most highlighted places in the port area. Overall, this excursion was such a fun way to explore Curaçao beyond the port. And after a full day and soaking in the sun, it was time to head back to the ship. Okay guys, we just finished our tour. We're ready to get back on the ship. Highly recommend. 10 out of 10. Alright guys, so we'll do a recap once I'm seated, but 10 out of 10. So if you only have a few hours in Curaçao, I would definitely recommend this excursion. Honestly, you get a little bit of the history with the mangrove park tour, but then you get the beautifulness of it all when you get to Mambo Beach. It's like one of the most famous beaches in Curaçao. So it's nice because you get to get out of the cruise port, you get to explore the port as well, you get to experience the live music, then you get to go to the history with the park, and then you get the beauty of the beach. So it's a little mix of everything, and I feel like it's just enough to feel like you did it, you know, like you did Curaçao in the right way. And also if you're someone who likes a little mix of activity and a little mix of chillness, I feel like this excursion had a nice balance. Now the real question, would I go back and do this again, not as crew or not as like someone on a ship? Absolutely. Honestly, I would go to Curaçao like as a girls trip, stay right by the water and be there for like 4 days. Like it was gorgeous. And the vibes, the people, like the energy, the food, like honestly Curaçao as a whole, it's the place to be, I feel like. But if you liked this video, make sure to like and subscribe. And yeah, let me know what else you guys want to see. Until next time. Bye.